Dímelo, dímelo. Y'all already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Shine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know Keith One Time Thurman is returning back to the ring February 5th versus Mario Barrios. It's been a long time. Y'all already know the last time we saw Keith One Time Thurman is when he got defeated by legend Manny Pacquiao, the 8th Division World Champion, the 5 lineal, the 12-time World Champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the great husband, the great father, the greatest karaoke singer of them all. There you go, Manny Pacquiao. Damn it, I miss him, man. But anyway, Keith One Time Thurman, the former unified welterweight champion of the world, again stepping back inside the ring with Mario Barrios, who was regular junior welterweight WBA champion. Like I said, regular, JV belt. Got stopped by Gervonta Tank Davis. But as frustrating as the boxing world is in reference to Bud Crawford and Errol Spence still have not come to fruition. Let's remember that before the Bud Crawford and Errol Spence talk, it was the Keith Thurman and Errol Spence talk. Now, y'all already know both Keith One Time Thurman and Errol Spence is with PBC, managed and advised by the great Al Heyman. Yes, I said the great Al Heyman, damn it. I know some of y'all are old, frustrated with the PBC. But anyway, hey, he does good for the fighters. And this is a boxing channel that preserve the sport of boxing, preserve the fighters, and give the fighters the benefit of the doubt. We all want these warriors to get compensated fairly and well. They're the one that risk their lives for our pure entertainment. So, Anyway, Keith One Time Thurman, if he wins, in which I believe that he's going to win, February 5th versus Mario Barrios, performance and sales pitch versus Mario Barrios will redirect fans to its original plan. Let me say it one more time. Keith Thurman performance and sales pitch after Mario Barrios will redirect fans to its original plan. Some of y'all be like, what the hell are you talking about, Punch? What you mean original plan? Oh, yeah, like I said in the beginning, the original plan was everybody gunning for Keith One Time Thurman. Errol Spence wanted Keith One Time Thurman. And, of course, there was frustration back then. Yo, Errol Spence been calling Keith Thurman. Yo, he running from Earl. Da-da-da-da. Ladies and gentlemen, now y'all playing that same game with Bud Crawford and Errol Spence, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand that this is business, man. And as a fan, we don't want to worry about the business, man. We just want to see the fight. I understand that, but to ease your frustration, you got to understand the business. And you got to understand where Keith Thurman is at, who he deals with, just like Errol Spence, just like Bud Crawford. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know that the most lucrative fight in PBC, regardless if you don't like PBC or not, but hey, I'm just letting you know, ease your frustration. The most lucrative fight in PBC is still Keith One Time Thurman versus Errol the Truth Spence. Yep, it is. It is. As of now, we know that Bud Crawford is a free agent. He could deal with the likes of Al Heyman, the PBC, just like Canelo Alvarez did after the Billy Joe Saunders fight, just like Manny Pacquiao did. And do they complain? No. They get more money. They treat it well, and they get the fight that they was looking for. You understand what I'm trying to say? They went to Al Heyman, and they still got the fight that they was looking for. Canelo Alvarez wanted to become an undisputed in the super middleweight division. Guess what? He went to PBC. I want Caleb Plant. He got Caleb Plant. Manny Pacquiao said that he wants, before signing the PBC and Al Heyman, that I want to go over there because that's where the best welterweight fighters are. He want to challenge himself. Guess what? He did business with PBC. Beat Keith Thurman, who was regarded the best welterweight at the time. So, you seek, you shall find, you shall receive. But Crawford, if he does want Errol Spence, quick, this year, 2022, then maybe he will get Errol Spence. But if he doesn't, and waste his time, and let Keith Thurman get him back in that position to get the fight, it's going to be Keith One Time Thurman versus Errol Spence, y'all. I don't give a damn if y'all like it or not. I'm just trying to ease your frustration. I'm letting you know the business of boxing. I'm letting you know their business. It just makes sense. In-house and the most lucrative fight. Think about it, y'all. In the end of the day, they don't even have to rush, even though that we want to see these guys go for legacy, legacy reign supreme. Yes, I want to see Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford. I want to see that fight. It's a legacy fight. It's a great fight. It's the fight that the fans want to see. But in the end of the day, I understand the business. And to be honest, it doesn't matter to PBC if Keith Thurman and Errol Spence fight, and the winner still fights Bud Crawford. It's still a PBC fighter that's going to get the big fight with Bud Crawford. Do you understand what your boy trying to say? It could go back to the original plan. The original plan was for Keith Thurman to be the guy. For Keith Thurman to be the guy. Remember, Keith Thurman is the one that doesn't disappoint any network. Keith Thurman didn't disappoint NBC versus Gold Guerrero. Keith Thurman didn't disappoint Showtime versus Sean Porter. Keith Thurman didn't disappoint CBS versus Daniel Garcia. And Keith Thurman did not disappoint the pay-per-view numbers when he fought Manny Pacquiao. Oh yeah, Keith Thurman brings eyeballs to the sport of boxing. Well, you may be looking at social media and you got used to looking at social media. You're going to be like, but Keith Thurman doesn't have 1 million, what is it? Instagram followers. He doesn't have 1 million Twitter followers. But he got boxing fans. And when Keith Thurman talks, he knows how to sell. He knows the sales pitch. He knows how to sell a fight better than Bud Crawford and Errol Spence put together. Keith Thurman, like I said, performance and sales pitch will redirect boxing and its fans to his original plan. Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman as the most lucrative fight for PBC. And if it's not the most lucrative fight, now we could debate and we could argue, maybe it's Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz. But aside from the heavyweight, because you already know the heavyweight money is different from everybody else. The most lucrative fight for PBC is Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. And even, I'm going to go a step further. Like, I'm not here to be right. I'm just here to what I feel makes sense. And then y'all could check me. Y'all could, put it in the comment box. Y'all already know I chop it up with everybody. I'm here to understand other perspective as well. I'm not here with this type of ego that I know it all and it's my word is law. No. Listen up. Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence will probably still make more money. Remember, it's prize fighting. It's none of my business, but I'm just letting y'all know to ease your frustration. Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence might make more money than Errol Spence, Bud Crawford. Why? Because Keith Thurman knows how to sell a fight. Now, some of y'all going to be like, well, this fight doesn't sell. When's the last time we see these guys in network television? When's the last time that we see these guys for free? Now, even Keith Thurman, I even forgot to say when I was going with the Keith Thurman, never disappoint the network. Keith Thurman, before Lomachenko and Tio have 4.2 million views in ESPN, guess who had the most views of a boxing event? Keith Thurman versus Josecito Lopez. A fight that wasn't even promoted like that much. But Keith Thurman sells. He know how to sell a fight. And he will sell a better fight. He will convince the world that this fight, the original plan, was more exciting than any other fight. Let's not forget that Bud Crawford or Errol Spence was chasing Keith Thurman. When they did the first take interview separately, the first take interview that they had a couple of years ago with Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith, and they asked Bud Crawford, who's your legacy fight? He said Keith Thurman. They asked Errol Spence, who's your legacy fight? Keith Thurman. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Thurman will direct all of us back to the original plan. Well, that's my take. Y'all already know. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Get my updated videos. I love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.